TomoNews presents funny stories about thievery.
Burglars outwit guard dog before robbing house. A guard dog's main duty on watch is to safeguard the house from unsavory characters who may threaten the life or possessions of its owner. They are trained to instill fear in the hearts of trespassers and make them wish they'd chosen a different career path. Unfortunately, this is one guard dog that clearly didn't pay attention in class, and a couple of burglars in Peoria, Arizona were quick to take advantage. On December 8th, the unidentified man and woman pulled up to the house in their Chevy Impala and parked in the driveway. After knocking on the door and realizing no one was home, the man then hopped over the wall and proceeded into the backyard. He didn't show up empty-handed, carrying a special weapon to neutralize the threat of a potential security guard: dog treats. And they worked like a charm. Luring the unsuspecting canine out through the doggy door, the man then squeezed his way into the small flap door and proceeded to ransack the home, stealing multiple goods with ease. One by one, the thieves carried the furniture to the car as the dog watched, clearly wondering what his new friends were doing with all his owner's stuff. When they finished packing up the loot, the pooch must have been even more confused as he watched them speed away, leaving him behind to clean up the mess. Luckily, a neighbor spotted the dog and returned him to his owners. Someone's gonna have plenty of explaining to do when his family gets home. Police are asking for the public's help to track down the two criminals, but we know one eyewitness who can't be relied on for help.
Boy jacks family plastic and goes on a Bali vacay after fight. A 12-year-old Sydney boy hilariously stole his mom and dad's credit card, tricked Granny into getting his passport, and jumped on a few flights to Bali, all because of a fight with his mom. According to The Guardian, little dude was told by his mom that he wasn't allowed to go to Bali, so like any normal kid, he immediately hopped online and booked flights and a hotel room. He then told his parents he was going to school, but instead rode his Razor scooter to the train station, wherefrom he made it to the airport. Little man then used a self-check-in kiosk, jumped on a flight to Perth, and then another flight to Bali. When the little dude got to Bali, he checked into the Four Seasons, telling the front desk he was waiting for his sister to arrive. His family had no idea he was living it up until his school said he was absent. After quite a bit of hectic scrambling, they found out he was in Bali, so his mom flew out to collect the boy. Hey, if you're going to go hard or go home. Or go to Bali. Honestly, that's pretty creative. The Leon Valley police say a well-trained trio took Shark Week too far and stole a horned shark from the San Antonio Aquarium Saturday afternoon. According to the aquarium's Facebook page, the heist began with the trio stealing a female 16-inch longhorn shark named Helen from an open pool with their own net. The aquarium said the trio later entered into a filter room where they poured a bucket of bleach solution into the cold water exhibit filtration system. The trio then wrapped the shark in a wet blanket, which they put in a bucket, which went into a baby stroller. According to the surveillance footage provided by the aquarium, as the trio was pushing the stroller away, an employee who walked past them noticed something wasn't right. KSAT said the aquarium GM rushed out to try to stop them, but one of the group refused and said his son was sick, then drove away immediately, leaving his partners in crime behind. When police entered one of the suspects' residences, they were surprised to see that the culprit's place had an aquarium, and luckily, the horned shark was still in good shape. Police arrested the suspect immediately, and the shark was returned to the San Antonio Aquarium. The arrested suspect was identified as 38-year-old Anthony Shannon. He was released from police custody after posting a $10,000 bail Tuesday afternoon. Police told KSAT that Shannon had some knowledge on how to handle marine life, and it was a surprise for them to see the shark thriving in his fish tanks when they saw it. According to the police, Shannon had a shark similar to the horned shark he stole. However, the one he had died, and he wanted to keep the stolen one as a pet to go with the other sea creatures in his fish tanks. KSAT said more arrests are expected in the case, and police are working with the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration to see if federal charges can be filed. These two dogs went totally viral. Who told you only humans could apologize? Dogs also have manners. These two pups are Berra and Bull. They're brothers and are always up to mischievous pranks. Last month, their owner Carol Jordan found a handwritten note left by the mail carrier in her mailbox. It stated the dogs crawled into the mail carrier's car and ate the lunch that was left there. Far from being angry, Jordan was mainly concerned for the Labrador's well-being. No signs were left from the hungry pair's loot except 2 small carrots in the grass. To make up for the boys' thievery, Jordan left an apology note at the post office along with a Subway gift card. She posted everything on Facebook, and that's where things went viral with thousands upon thousands of shares and likes from around the world. The 2 internet celebrities even got their own Facebook page. Soldier jacks armored vehicle and goes on 2-hour joyride. A soldier under the influence of drugs boosted an armored personnel carrier from a National Guard base on Tuesday and went for a short little spin around Richmond, Virginia. According to the police, 29-year-old Joshua Philip Yabut jacked the M577 armored vehicle around 7:50 p.m. from Fort Pickett in Blackstone. The vehicle was not equipped with any weaponry, but that didn't stop him from tearing down Route 460, then toward Richmond on Interstate 95 at a cool 40 miles per hour. While all this was going on, a parade of police cars formed behind the personnel carrier as it was cruising around. Armed police officers protected the entrance to Capitol Square as a police chopper followed the armored vehicle from up above. Yabut eventually drove onto a median that was surrounded around 9:40 p.m. He was tased and taken into custody. Luckily, no one was injured in the incident. The soldier has been charged with driving under the influence of drugs, 1 felony count of eluding police, and 1 felony count of unauthorized use of a vehicle.
Squirrel steals baited GoPro camera and takes it for a ride.
Squirrel goes nuts for Christmas lights. After a Seattle neighborhood's holiday decorations began to mysteriously go missing, residents thought they had a Grinch in their midst. The reality, as it turned out, was much more adorable. Margaret Ricon had been stringing Christmas lights outside her home for more than a decade and was confused when she noticed bulbs were suddenly going missing. The culprit turned out to be a squirrel who had been chewing through the wires to get to the bulbs. Ricon soon caught the bushy-tailed thief red-handed and filmed him on video as he made his escape. The bulb bandit managed to pilfer 150 bulbs in 24 hours. The hard-working critter probably thought it was food and stashed them in different yards to prep for winter. But you never know, it's possible the bandit is just really into the holidays. And with a thief this cute, we're sure the neighbors don't mind.
Squirrel gets in the holiday mood by feasting on pricey chocolates. An American squirrel was caught on camera nabbing expensive chocolates and some lip balm from a Jersey family's porch. Every year, the Boudreaux family leaves out a holiday basket for delivery people on their doorstep. They stuff it with candy, snacks, tissues, hand warmers, and other treats. Michelle Boudreaux said they never had any issues until this year when she noticed the basket was raided shortly after she placed it outside. She said the thief was only taking the expensive treats, including 25 Ghirardelli chocolate squares. The family put up a hidden camera to see if they could catch the perpetrator in action. They were more than a little surprised to see it was actually a super chunky squirrel. Michelle then later actually ran into Chunk mid-heist and watched him clear out their chocolate yet again. Oh yeah, he also took a Carmex lip balm. The chocolate has now been placed in a jar, but Michelle still leaves out squirrel treats for Chunk too.
Thug squirrel steals GoPro camera.
monkey hijacks passenger bus and goes on hilarious joyride. Boy oh boy, do we wish this was actually a photo of the badass monkey that stole and crashed a passenger bus in northern India on Monday. But sadly, it's just a representative photo. The story's still epic though, and here's a quick rundown of what happened. A driver, dozing off in the back of his bus in the city of Bali, failed to notice a monkey sneaking in. The city's reportedly been having a bit of a monkey problem, but this little primate definitely took things to another level. The monkey somehow managed to start the bus's engine, and by the time the driver noticed something was up, it was already too late. He tried to chase away the creature, but scared it, causing the panicked monkey to accidentally shift the vehicle into second gear, and the poor driver could only helplessly watch as his vehicle crashed into two other parked buses. Luckily though, no bystanders were injured, but local police have yet to issue a warrant for the arrest of the joyriding monkey.